If you love rice, you came to the right place today. I'm going to show you how to make Korean multi-grain rice called 잡곡밥. Here in the States, many of our non-Korean friends call this the purple rice. And anyone who's had purple rice before, hands down loves it. It is delicious and it is also healthy for you than having plain white rice. And I love white rice too, but they're both really good. And I'm going to share my shopping tips on which rice grains to buy, how to mix them to make this delicious 잡곡밥 at home. Make sure to watch to the end because I'm going to show you how to freeze your 잡곡밥, especially for my friends that do not eat rice every day, but you love to have it once in a while and you don't want to make this from scratch every time. 오늘의 레시피, 쉽고 아주 맛있는 잡곡밥 만들기. 오늘도 여러분들과 영어로 함께 하겠습니다. Hi everyone, this is Helen and welcome to Modern Pepper. 안녕하세요, Modern Pepper의 헬렌입니다. The ingredient list is also available in the description box below. The rice grain aisle at your local Korean supermarket could be very overwhelming because there's so many bags. The easiest option is buying one of these bags that comes pre-mixed with all different kinds of rice grains to make your 잡곡밥. Easy peasy. You could also add some beans. It's really up to you. And you could also pick up one of these bags with different kinds of dried beans. And these two alone, you're set to make your 잡곡밥. Surprise, surprise, but there's no such thing as purple rice. So that purple color comes from this black grain rice, and it's called 흑미. So it looks black, but as it bleeds out while you're cooking the rice, it turns into that purple color that we're all fascinated with. Now, when I make 잡곡밥 at home, in addition to these pre-mixed rice, I also add white rice to it because my kids won't eat this alone because this one does not have any white rice. It has brown rice, 현미쌀, it has sweet brown rice, 현미찹쌀, it has barley rice, 보리쌀, and 흑미, the black rice. So it doesn't taste as soft as the white rice. So what I do is I add 1 cup of the premix and another cup of the white rice. And I also like to add 2 tablespoons of Indian millet. So these are called 찰기장 and they're little tiny pearl-like rice grains. And when you cook it together, it's so pretty and it's really tasty too. For every 2 cups of rice mixture, I would add 1 tablespoon of 흑미, the black rice grains. You don't want to add too much that it gets really dark, almost black color after you cook it. And for the beans, it really is up to you. You could add 1 tablespoon for each cup of rice grains, or less or more, it really is up to you. You could also make your own mixture too. So I would add 1 cup of the white rice grain, 백미, and I would also add 1 cup of this brown rice. And this green package comes with half brown rice and the other half is sweet brown rice. You know, every time I go get rice, I always get a bag of each of these and I make my own. And you could add your beans, the Indian millet, and the purple rice, 흑미, and mix it all up and do it that way. For my friends that do not live near a Korean market, you could order these guys online. But if you can't do that, go to your local rice grain store, buy the fanciest grade, yes, fancy grade, medium grain rice for the white and also for the brown as well. And you could also pick your choice of beans to add. And then for the 흑미, the black rice grains, I'm sure you could find some version of that where you live and just mix all those items together and you can make 잡곡밥 at home. Now, these 잡곡밥 rice grain mixtures require soaking time. If you're gonna cook your 잡곡밥 on stovetop, you need to soak your rice grains with the beans, if you're adding the beans, overnight in the fridge if your kitchen's hot. Otherwise, let it hang out overnight on your kitchen counter. And if you're gonna use the pressure cooker, whether stovetop or electric pressure cooker, you only need to pre-soak your rice grains and beans for 30 minutes to an hour. And then you could start cooking. So after your rice has soaked, you want to rinse your rice in cold water. So what you want to do is take your hand and just stir it. Do not crunch it. Do not be aggressive with it. Just stir it like this about 5-6 times. Then you slowly pour out the water as much as you can. Then you rinse again. So you repeat the process. Stir it 5-6 times, then pour, and then I will wash it 2 more times. So altogether, rinse your rice grains 4 times. How much water to add? This is how all Koreans make our rice. So level out the rice, put your hand on it, let it rest on top like that, flat. For 잡곡밥, we want a little more water, so like up to here, right above your knuckle, right up to here. Just about right to there, okay? And I know everyone's hand size is different, but give or take around here, right above your middle knuckle. This water measuring method is for stovetop cooking method. So I'm using my gamasot, and you're just gonna pour all this in here, like that. If you don't have gamasot, just use any heavy bottom pot that you have at home. Then you wanna just level out your rice again, like that, and it's ready. Now for our 2 cups of 잡곡밥 rice grains, we're gonna add less than half a teaspoon of coarse sea salt, or kosher salt will do too. And this is optional, but you could also add 1 small piece of sea kelp, tashima, to the top like that. And then you set your heat to high, and I want you to wait until the water starts boiling. So once the water is boiling like that, then what you want to do is place the lid, come down here, and I want you to turn down the heat to low. And then we're gonna let this cook for 12 minutes. Do not open the lid or take a peek, don't do any of that. Leave it alone for 12 minutes. And 12 minutes later, we're gonna turn off our heat completely. And at this point, you just need to be patient. Do not lift the pot, do not. And if you find yourself wanting to do that, slap your hands. This has to rest now for at least 10 minutes. Because if you lift the lid now, all this built up steam and moisture within the pot is going to escape and ruin the rice. So right now, the last part is very, very important to making delicious rice at home. All right, so it's been 10 minutes since our pot of 잡곡밥's been resting. Ooh la la, look at that. Look at that. So the dried sea kelp on top, you want to take it out and you want to eat this. Don't throw this away, it's delicious. You have to quickly fluff your rice. So you want to take your rice scooper and go in sideways like that and lift. Sideways and lift. Ooh, this looks so good. So this is the very last step of making our rice. You have to fluff your rice or else they mold and cool down together and become like dough-like. So this fluffing is very, very important. This is our second bowl of rice that's been soaking for about a little over 30 minutes, and we're gonna cook this in a pressure cooker. And this one has beans, and the same thing as before. You just wanna rinse this 4 times, and each time you go in with your finger, stir it about 5-6 times, then you pour. And the same thing, level it out, place your hand on it flat, and we want to pour so that it's just up to our knuckle, right above our middle knuckle, right here. Then you want to pour this into our pressure cooker. I'm using a stovetop pressure cooker. Don't miss any rice grains. Then level it out again, like so. Now, when you're adding beans to your 잡곡밥, you need to double the amount of salt. So for every 2 cups of rice grains plus beans, you need to add 1 teaspoon of sea salt or kosher salt. Why? Because when you cook your beans, the beans releases this funky odor. So when you add salt to it, it minimizes the odor and it also enhances the flavor of your beans. We're gonna place our lid, close it, and then lock it, then set the heat to high, and we're gonna wait for our pressure cooker to reach its maximum level. Once the pressure cooker has reached this maximum level, what you wanna do next is turn down our heat to low and let this cook for 8 minutes. So it's been 8 minutes. So what we're gonna do is turn off our heat completely, and then we're gonna slowly release the pressure. So slowly release your valve and let the pressure cooker pot rest as is for 8 minutes. And 8 minutes later, and then slowly open the lid and look at that. Oh, amazing. It's gonna be so delicious. And our last step of fluffing the rice grains so that it cools down individually and it does not turn into a dough of rice. And this is to ensure that our rice stays fluffy and moist and just so delicious. If you have an electric rice maker, mine is Cuckoo. It is the best brand in my opinion. I've had this one for more than 10 plus years and it's on 24/7. It works like it's still new. It's an investment, but I think it's worth it. If you have this, what you want to do is set it to mixed rice. See, she talks to you. She talks to you in English, Korean, and I think Chinese as well. If you want to check this out, I will have the link in the description box below. Now, when it comes to freezing your rice, first bring your freshly made rice to room temperature, then wrap it in a saran wrap, and then I would double or triple bag it in a freezer bag, then store it in the freezer. And take one out and put it in the microwave and warm it up and enjoy it. Now make sure to eat through all the frozen rice within a month. It's time to eat. I'm gonna first taste the one we made on stovetop without the beans. It's moist and you could taste all different variety of the rice grains. It's like carb heaven, but healthy carb heaven. Let's taste the one that we made in the pressure cooker with the beans. And you'll notice that when you cook this in the pressure cooker, the black rice grains, it infuses more and it becomes more purple in color than the stovetop, even though we added the same amount. To be honest, the pressure cooker one is tastier than the stovetop. It just has a more chewy, cushiony taste to the rice grain. The beans is a nice touch. It's just like a nice surprise in your mouth of that protein goodness. Really, really yummy. Now, there's so many ways to enjoy your 잡곡밥, but I'm gonna share my easy peasy way to enjoy your 잡곡밥. It's this simple seaweed wrap where I put some of the 잡곡밥 like that. Add a big piece of avocado. Yeah, it's a big piece. Then I take some gochujang and I lay it across like that. Like that. And then you fold it up like so and you eat it together. Such a simple and yet delicious combination. Bon appetit, everyone. Creaminess of the avocado with that spicy kick from the gochujang and our delicious 잡곡밥 and the toasted seaweed. Amazing. So simple, but oh, really good. And I'm gonna show you my specialty. With 잡곡밥 and kimchi, just that alone, try it. That's all I need in life. So simple, right? So you ask, what is this delicious soup that you see right here? This was last recipe, spinach soybean paste soup, 시금치 된장국. This soup with our 잡곡밥 mixed in together like this. You want to have it together like that. Don't miss out, my friends. Look at that. I mean, you could take your delicious 잡곡밥 and turn it into bibimbap with whatever Korean side dishes you have. So I want you to go to youtube.com/modernpepper and click on the playlist tab for bibimbap. I have a playlist for all the sides that you need to make delicious bibimbap at home. And you could just pick and choose the ones you want to make and then make it and enjoy it. So I will see you there. I want to thank you for watching today, and if you enjoyed watching today's video, I want to kindly ask you to click on that thumbs up icon and make sure to hit that notification bell and subscribe if you have not done so. 여러분 오늘 재밌게 보셨으면 꼭 좋아하는 버튼과 구독 버튼도 눌러주세요. 다음 영상에서 꼭 뵙겠습니다. 감사합니다. Alright folks, I will see you in one of the videos you see right here.